Welcome to Fueling Your Legacy, hosted by Samuel Knickerbocker. Each week, we expose the faulty foundational mindsets of the past and rebuild a new, stronger foundation essential in creating your legacy. We've got a lot of work to do, so let's get started. Welcome back to Fuel Your Legacy. This week, we are going to be discussing the concept and idea of the subconscious, how to manage it, how to make it work for us in our favor, and then also how to rewrite it. If it's not working quite right, if it's broken, if it's needs a little oil change or a tune-up, how do we do that, and what is the process to do so? On Wednesday, we're going to be talking about the book, The Alchemist, fantastic book. If you haven't read it, again, most of these books that I'm reviewing, they're things that I've read. Well, all of them I've read, but most of them are things that I actually really, really highly recommend other people read, which is why I'm doing a book review on them. But this one is phenomenal. It helps you gain a lot of perspective when it comes to the importance of training your subconscious and helping you go back and restructure some of the things from your past. So understanding that and understanding how that works, alchemy is actually the idea of it is that it's achieved by studying all of the different things, becoming fully aware, and then pulling different parts of all of the beliefs or all of the things you've studied into learning the natural laws and making them work for you in your favor. So that's a fantastic book. I'm super excited to talk about that. And then on Friday, we have a phenomenal guest, really. His name is Rodney Allgood. If you haven't heard of him, then go just Google Rodney Allgood. He's a poet. He's also an influential speaker and motivational speaker, inspirational speaker. He does a lot of things and has spoken on some incredibly large stages. But what I love most about him is his poetry. He has been able to turn poetry into an extremely meaningful thing, an art form, really, and he uses it in his speeches to help people really feel and experience the concepts that he's teaching. So you definitely are not going to want to miss that. He does 2 or 3 poems for us in that episode, and just super excited. So tune in for that. So let's dive into the idea of rewriting your subconscious. So for me, I did not understand subconscious for a long time. I read a few books. One is The Power of the Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. He is, or maybe it's The Miracle of the I think it's The Power of the Subconscious Mind. Anyways, a phenomenal book, really definitely helps you understand a lot of what the subconscious mind is. Well, I also read another book by, I think it was Joe Dispenza, called Evolve Your Brain. And both of which, they talk about what is your subconscious. Now, so many people have tried to allude to the fact that subconscious is just this mythical thing. We don't really know what it is. Essentially, if we break it down, a subconscious is the muscle, it's your body. Your body is your subconscious. It's the habits, it's the electrons that are firing. It's the energy forces that are holding your body together. That is your subconscious. So when you're saying, okay, your conscious mind is what you're consciously thinking, your subconscious is all of the habits, everything that you've become due to your situations, your surroundings, your feelings, your mentalities, all of those things, that the energetic state that you're in, that is your subconscious. And your subconscious takes control. It also has really good memory, but it will take control if you're not intentionally doing it. So how do you reprogram or rewrite your subconscious? And that is the topic of the day, right? How do you actually accomplish that? One is through intentionally thinking and telling the atoms where to line up. So one is intentionally creating the energy inside of yourself. 2 is getting involved physically. Make sure that you're physically involved into whatever you want the new subconscious to be doing, being, and seeing and living. Right? You have to actually experience that, because the subconscious learns through experiences rather than just knowledge. So when we experience something, that's when it becomes part of our subconscious, and without even thinking about anything, we're attracted to it. So this is where last week we talked all about manifesting and really what it would mean to manifest, or the law of attraction. Well, this kind of goes even deeper into when you are so focused on something and you have the emotional energy that you're connecting to what you want, and you're experiencing, like you're closing your eyes, you're having a vision of your life as you want it to be, and you're fully experiencing that, then your body, your subconscious, right, gets programmed to experience life that way. And so you don't even, the law of attraction or this manifesting, you're reprogramming your subconscious to where you just begin out of habit to experience life the way you want to experience life. And you don't recognize it as such, but that's really what's happening. Your body has been through the cycle so many times of experiencing wealth, experiencing abundance, experiencing love, experiencing enjoyment, experiencing fulfillment, experience a relationship, experience being a father, a mother, a son, a daughter, right? Experience being excited for a first date, experience the first kiss. Like you experienced all of these things before they actually happen. And as you experience them, then your body, the subconscious nature of your body, believes that that's how it's supposed to be living. And so habitually and without even recognizing it, you begin to live into the existence of what you orchestrated in your mind and forced your atoms to experience. Because our bodies, they do like to take the path of least resistance. Now, that's not a bad thing. I think it's good to know, right? So, and along with most things, clarity is the answer. So as we gain more knowledge about what is, then we can actually start playing with it, altering it, making the changes. That's what I love about the book this week. The Alchemist, we're going to be talking a lot about that and how really the change is only possible if you know. So I work in finance. I help multiple clients a week really dive down and understand where their money's at. And when I'm doing that, so many people, they're like, oh, I don't want to do this. This is scary. It's hard. It's time consuming. All these things. They're giving me all these excuses. But when it comes right down to it, that is the only way that you can actually make a financial, quote unquote, wise financial decision, is if you actually have clarity into what is already happening. If you don't understand what's already happening, the rules of how you're already behaving, how could you really alter and with any degree of accuracy and have a desired outcome, right? Science is based off of the idea that we have some sort of absolute truths and we work off of those absolute truths. It was true for a long time that the earth was flat until it wasn't true. But until it wasn't true, people operated off of that assumption, off of that truth, and they orchestrated their whole entire lives off of that. They chose not to travel certain places. They chose to travel certain ways. They chose to have theories or like different theologies came out of the idea that the earth is flat and you might fall off the side of it if you walk too far one direction. It caused people to stay in where they were. They didn't want to reach the end of the earth, right? Where now, because we know it's a sphere and it's rotating through the planet, then we have our fear of travel is largely gone, because now we don't have to worry about traveling off the end of the earth. We know that we could just keep going around and around and around and around the earth for as many times as we wanted, right? So we base our reality and what we believe off of the quote-unquote truths that we have, and that's what govern our decisions. So the truths that most people operate their finances off of is, wow, I have money in my account. I can spend it, right? They don't recognize what it's costing them. And so we just make them aware of some of the other consequences, the other truths that are also happening. Now, they do have money in their bank account and they can spend it, but what are the consequences? What are the impacts of that truth being lived out that certain way? So we make them fully aware of their financial situation. And in doing so, they're now able to actually make a financial decision. They're now able to actually choose where they want to put their money. And they can say, okay, well, what do I value? Do I value fast food is probably one of the biggest things that comes up with every client. They're eating out too much. So do you value fast food more than you value retirement? And people they can make that choice once they recognize I'm paying thousands of dollars. Sometimes it's just like $1,000 to $2,000 a month in fast food or restaurants. Well, when you're putting that much into the restaurants, then ultimately what's happening is you're not really gaining the benefit on the growth side. And so when they see that, they're able then to say, okay, well, I'd rather be saving rather than eating fast food right now. And every time they go to a fast food restaurant, after we make them aware of that, they have to make that choice. Now, sometimes, and I myself, I still eat fast food. I do make the choice, hey, I'd rather have the fast food right now than I would the save for retirement, right? I make that choice consciously. Sometimes, not all the time though, and more often than not, I'm choosing to save my money or invest my money in my business or myself or somewhere where I'm going to get a better rate of return than than the toilet, right? So just think about that. Our objective is to learn more truth, understand our subconscious, and once we have that understanding of our subconscious, we're now able to impact and create the subconscious we want. We're actually able to rewrite our subconscious, thus changing the past and the future. And it is a fantastic ride. Once you have figured it out and you start actually doing it, then it's an easy-ish process. So super excited for that. Super excited for Wednesday and Friday. If you have any questions, if you've listened to this podcast and you're like, man, I wish I could have Sam answer one or two questions, you can always find me on Facebook, Samuel Knickerbocker. You can find me on Instagram, Sam Knickerbocker. You can find me at my website, samknickerbocker.com. You can also text my cell directly, and that is, the number for that is 385-263-7699. I'll say that again. It's 385-263-7699. And just text Sam to that number, and that will get you started, and you'll be able to ask questions to me that way. And I'd love to interact with you. And if you're commenting on anything on Instagram or Facebook, I love the interaction. We've had some really great conversations on Facebook the last few days. If you want to go join the comments there, that'd be fantastic. We'll talk to you soon and catch you next time on Fuel Your Legacy. Thanks for joining us today. If what you heard resonated with you, please like, comment, and share on social media. Tag me so I can give you a shout out on the next episode. And thanks to all those who have left a review. It helps spread the message of what it really takes to build a legacy that lasts. Catch you next time on Fueling Your Legacy.